The story of David and Goliath is a timeless narrative originating from the biblical text that has permeated various aspects of culture and literature. At its core, the tale is about an underdog, David, a young shepherd boy, who faces the giant warrior Goliath in a seemingly mismatched battle. Armed only with a sling and unwavering faith, David defeats Goliath, symbolizing the victory of courage and ingenuity over brute force and size. This story is not just a simple tale of physical combat, but a profound metaphor for overcoming seemingly insurmountable challenges through courage, strategy, and faith in one's abilities. The significance of this point lies in its universal appeal. The David and Goliath story has been used throughout history to illustrate the potential of the underdog, a theme that resonates deeply across various contexts. Whether in business, sports, politics, or personal challenges, the idea that the smaller, less equipped individual or group can rise to overcome a daunting opponent inspires resilience and strategic thinking. In the business world, companies like Netflix and Airbnb serve as modern-day Davids. Netflix took on the giant blockbuster, not by matching it in size, but through innovative business models and technological advances. Similarly, Airbnb challenged the well-established hotel industry with a unique peer-to-peer lodging model, disrupting the hospitality market. Both cases illustrate how smaller entities can leverage creativity and strategic vision to triumph over larger competitors. Supporters of this idea argue that the David and Goliath narrative promotes the belief in the potential for change and innovation, emphasizing that the status quo is not unassailable. However, some critics contend that romanticizing the underdog can inadvertently overlook the structural advantages that often underpin Goliath's and the systemic barriers that can hinder David's. One challenge is the oversimplification of complex struggles. Not every underdog has the means or opportunity to succeed. Furthermore, the romantic narrative can sometimes downplay the necessity of resources and preparation to achieve significant victories. The story's influence extends throughout the main topic, serving as a paradigmatic example of how challenges can be viewed as opportunities for growth. It highlights the importance of faith, strategic acumen, and resilience, traits vital for overcoming adversaries, driving innovation, and fostering growth in countless areas of life. This narrative continues to inspire individuals and groups facing adversity, reinforcing the idea that courage and creativity can lead to extraordinary achievements against formidable odds. The historical context and cultural significance of the David and Goliath narrative delve into the rich tapestry of its origin, embedded in the biblical account found in the first book of Samuel. This story, set around the 10th century BCE, unfolds in the Valley of Elah, where two starkly different societies, the Israelites and Philistines, clashed. This tale is more than a mere battle. It symbolizes the triumph of the underdog, a theme that has resonated for millennia. The cultural significance lies in its enduring power to convey that seemingly insurmountable challenges can be overcome through faith, courage, and ingenuity, embodying moral and spiritual lessons that have been passed down through generations. In relation to the main topic, understanding the historical backdrop enhances our appreciation of why this story carries such timeless appeal. It's not just about the physical confrontation between David and Goliath, but a deeper narrative of how human spirit and determination can defy expectations. This theme has seeped into modern culture, often referenced in both sports and business. A classic example is the Miracle on Ice, when the amateur U.S. hockey team defeated the seasoned Soviet Union team in the 1980 Winter Olympics. Similarly, in business, the story of startups like Netflix overtaking established giants like Blockbuster exemplifies the David and Goliath paradigm. Supporters of this outlook emphasize its inspirational value, arguing that it empowers individuals to strive for greatness despite the odds. This viewpoint asserts that embracing a David-like mindset can lead to innovation and resilience. However, the story's lessons are not without controversy. Critics argue that romanticizing the underdog can overlook structural disadvantages and skew the perception of reality, potentially minimizing the complexities involved in overcoming such hurdles. This aspect of the David and Goliath story creates a fertile ground for debate and discussion, especially regarding how underdog stories are portrayed and embraced in society. It prompts us to consider how these narratives shape our understanding of success and adversity. Ultimately, the historical context and cultural significance of David and Goliath intricately weave into other aspects of the story, enhancing its relevance and the lessons drawn from it. By providing a backdrop of resilience and faith, it offers a lens through which contemporary challenges can be viewed and navigated, encouraging a reevaluation of what it means to face a giant in today's world. The concept of analyzing character strengths and weaknesses, particularly in the story of David and Goliath, involves understanding the intrinsic qualities that define these characters and how these traits influence their actions and outcomes. This analysis is significant because it unveils the underlying dynamics of the story, revealing timeless lessons on courage, resilience, and the nature of true power. David, a young shepherd, epitomizes strategic thinking, faith, and courage, strengths that stand in stark contrast to Goliath's physical prowess and reliance on brute force, which ultimately proves to be his downfall. This character juxtaposition is central to the narrative's theme, illustrating how inner attributes can triumph over apparent might. In real-world applications, the story resonates deeply in contexts where the underdog prevails against formidable odds. For instance, in business, small startups often challenge industry giants by leveraging innovation and agility, much like David's clever use of a sling instead of direct combat. Similarly, in sports, teams with less funding but strong team spirit, strategic plays, and determination often upset more resource-rich opponents. These scenarios underscore the vital lesson from David and Goliath. Victory often depends more on smart application of one's strengths and overcoming inherent weaknesses than on sheer size or resources. Several opinions support the enduring relevance of this analysis. Malcolm Gladwell, for example, argues that perceived disadvantages can become strengths if understood and approached correctly. This aligns with the lesson from David's triumph, reinforcing that understanding one's limitations can lead to innovative strategies for success. However, there are challenges and alternative viewpoints. Some argue that the story's applicability is limited in situations where resources or power disparities are too vast to be overcome by strategic advantages alone. Critics might point out that not every David can find success in a Goliath-dominated environment, emphasizing the role of luck or external factors. The analysis of character strengths and weaknesses connects to broader themes of resilience and leadership within the story. David's victory isn't just about physical triumph. It reflects a deeper understanding of utilizing unique talents effectively. This concept influences other aspects of the tale by suggesting that true leadership and success arise not from sheer force, but from the ability to harness one's distinct abilities while acknowledging limitations. Overall, this analysis enriches the conversation around the narrative, offering insights applicable to various modern contexts and emphasizing enduring lessons about human potential and overcoming adversity. Symbolism and themes within the narrative of David and Goliath offer profound insights that resonate beyond their historical and biblical roots. At its core, the story embodies the timeless struggle between the seemingly insignificant and the overpoweringly dominant, encapsulated in the battle between the young shepherd David and the towering warrior Goliath. This clash signifies more than just a physical confrontation. It highlights themes of courage, faith, and the triumph of the underdog against all odds. The significance of these themes is monumental. They provide a framework for understanding courage and resilience, demonstrating that strength is not solely dependent on physical prowess, but can emerge from belief, strategy, and determination. The underdog theme is universally appealing and has been used to inspire individuals to confront personal and societal challenges with bravery and conviction. Real-world examples of these themes are abundant. In the realm of sports, the story is frequently invoked during events where seemingly weaker teams triumph over established champions, such as the historic 1980 Miracle on Ice, when the underdog U.S. Olympic hockey team defeated the heavily favored Soviet Union. Another example is the rise of small startups like Amazon and Apple, who once challenged industry giants, leveraging innovation and persistence to revolutionize their respective fields. These modern-day David stories serve to motivate and remind us of the potential inherent in determination and ingenuity. Opinions supporting the relevance of this narrative often underscore its inspirational value, suggesting that challenges perceived as insurmountable can be overcome with the right mindset and approach. Yet, the story also encounters challenges and alternative viewpoints. Critics argue that the constant emphasis on underdog success might oversimplify complex socioeconomic dynamics and ignore the systemic advantages or disadvantages affecting real-world scenarios. This point seamlessly connects to other aspects of the main topic, such as the power of perception and belief systems. David's victory was as much about changing perceptions of both himself and those around him as it was about his physical actions. This narrative interplay underscores the transformative impact of faith and vision within broader societal and personal contexts, emphasizing that shifts in perspective and mindset can catalyze substantial change. Through the symbolism and themes articulated in the story of David and Goliath, we are reminded that the essence of the narrative extends far beyond its ancient origins, offering lessons that continue to resonate and inspire across cultures and generations.